All right, so now I found myself at my stepdad's house. His name's Ron, and he's passed on in real life, but in this dream, he's his middle-aged self. And he's got this magnificent house with different wings and gabled roofs. And there's these guys up there roofing it for him, and they're tarring dimensional shingle onto ridge cap and then nailing the ridge cap to the house, to the roof, which is not the way you do it at all. And so I yell up to the guys, I'm like, you're fucking doing it wrong. You can't shingle a house like that. And this black dude with glasses looked like the bad guy from Die Hard. He says, well, if you're so fucking smart, why don't you come up and do it yourself? So I'm like, yeah, I will do it myself. And I remember going up on the roof, and I started shingling this house. And it was a steep roof. It was about a 9 grade. I needed a 2x4 to climb around. But I was up there just shingling and going to town, and I was enjoying doing it. Well, I get to the top of the roof, and I look over on the other side, and it hasn't been... it had been shingled with 3-tab and dimensional shingles. It was a hodgepodge of both throughout the roof. And I'm like, oh my fucking God, somebody did this so wrong. Now I got to do this side too. And so I'm like just sitting there looking at it thinking, what do I do? How do I fix this? And I remember my brother Wes had come up on the ladder and said, Scott, I found all this cool stuff. And I guess he was rooting around in the house while I was shingling. But he threw up an autographed picture of Jerry Seinfeld that I had. And in real life, I don't have an autographed picture of Jerry Seinfeld, but in the dream I did. And I was looking at it, and it was Jerry's younger self, black and white, and autographed with blue Sharpie. And I thought, this is so cool. And I said, well, not now. I got to get back to work. And I remember calling Janessa's name for some reason. I'm like, Janessa. And she's like, what? And I'm like, I don't even remember now. She was on the bottom on the ground. And as I went over the roof to start the other side, I fell. I slipped and I fell. And I slid all the way down to the edge of this roof and just went right off. And it was like slow motion falling. Normally in dreams, I wake up from my falls. But this time, thud, I hit the ground. And it was gravel. And it didn't hurt at all. But I remember just sitting there Indian style, just sobbing and crying. And Janessa came running around, are you okay? Are you okay? And I couldn't talk. I was just sobbing and crying, and I couldn't stop. And that's how I woke up. I wasn't sobbing and crying when I woke up, but that's the last thing I remember from the dream.